You are now the manager of purgatory. It's a mix between heaven and hell. How would you make people uncomfortable, while they can also enjoy things? All of your clothing fits you like a glove and makes you look great, but will always be slightly damp. Ugh. Free, high-speed Wi-Fi that cuts out for random intervals at random times of the day. So my current life. Now I know I'm in purgatory. Make the temperature just cold enough to need a sweater but too hot to wear one. This is my heaven. You can have my sweater. Give them good television shows with too many damn commercial breaks. Not just that, but there will be one particular commercial that plays every break. Phil Collins' In the Air Tonight is on loop in the background, but it always restarts before the drum solo kicks in. Give them a beautiful house to live in, but it's always under construction. This one feels like the right mix of heaven and hell right here. Wow, what a nice room. Drilling noises. They get to watch TV, but no matter how many times they wipe it off, the clicker is always uncomfortably sticky. Living with kids. Everyone has wings and can fly, but there is a little pebble stuck where the joint of one wing meets the body. You can have anything you want, but you have to wait in line, and everyone in the line is those. Let me tell you my life story for some reason. Stranger. And the wait is at least 5 hours. Unlimited beer, but it's always warm. Surprise, you're in England. Let them do what they enjoy, but there's a large, disembodied eye, like the sun, watching at all times. I just ignore it, like the sun. Now it watches you. You can feel the attention like you can feel someone watching you. Everyone's smartphone will phantom buzz a couple of times a day. No notification or cause for it. So you mean normal life. Unlimited orange juice, but only after you've brushed your teeth. Joke's on you, I think that the taste of orange juice after toothpaste is tolerable and highly exaggerated. Free video games, but they have loot boxes to get better equipment. All you get to enjoy stuff on electronic devices, but they can only have the volume set at an odd number. Edit, odd numbers excluding multiples of 5, as that's the only tolerable odd number. Make them work 8 hours or more each day, but give them access to Reddit to help distract them. Isn't that life? That is insanity. Create a luxury beach resort in purgatory, but in order to swim they need to wear socks. Not too bad. Once you're in for a few minutes you can't feel it. As long as you take them off when you get out you'll be fine. Yes, I just stood in the bath for a few minutes doing this to find out. Free tickets to the movies, but the guy that chews popcorn loudly sits right next to you in every one. And the person behind you has their feet up on your chair. There's a talent show and it is obligatory for everyone to show up. Everyone needs to perform for at least 2 minutes. Free frozen yogurt everywhere, but no ice cream anywhere. That sounds like quite a good place. Everything has a 4-hour line, but at the end of the line whatever it is top quality. No one is allowed to talk in line. Not seeing a serious downside. Anytime someone wants to go upstairs there'd be slower old people in front of them, making it agonizing to walk up any stairs. Everyone has their own personal bathroom stall fixed the way they want it, but there's a 2-inch wide gap in between the door and the stall wall. So basically every bathroom stall in America. We copy the real world, but the only brands are supermarket generic brands. Do you kids want cocoa kernels or frosted mounds? I'll take the Rice Krispies. Out a huge, wonderful television in the common room, but only have one remote. Or, everyone gets a remote. It is always the perfect weather and temperature you like, and you can do whatever you want. Unfortunately you have mild allergies giving you a bit of a runny nose and itchy watery eyes forever. You can watch any sporting event live, but the seats are slightly tilted forward. Not enough to where it is obvious, but enough for you to be uncomfortable but don't know why. My great-grandfather was a psychiatrist. My grandmother told me that he used to do this to all the seats in the waiting room of his office. He had sessions with wives, kids, brothers and sisters, but noticed that the session would always be noticeably less productive if the patient's parents, siblings, significant other etc. were in the waiting room waiting on the session to conclude. So he sawed an inch off the front legs of each chair and people started dropping their patients off and then having errands to run during the hour. Every beverage will be lukewarm right at the point where it's neither enjoyable nor unpleasant. Food will look absolutely amazing and smell great, but then once you bite into it, it'll be just a tad under seasoned or slightly off in seasoning. All gadgets will run slower than normal, but just enough to reach the end of your patience before it'll work okay. Everything seems to just be out of reach and take extra effort to be able to grab. The temperature will be that area where it's just a little warm, but you'll have a fan which almost cools you down. There will always be those annoying 8 to 13-year-old kids who talk obsessively about Fortnite, PUBG, and Minecraft with you. When going to the market, there will only be foods and drinks that are one day past the sell-by date and looked as if they were dropped one too many times. You'll slightly stub your toe, step on a random Lego, or get a paper cut at least once a week. There will be that one couple that you see all the time that's actually experiencing heaven and are vacationing in the Midland. Your orders at McDonald's and Purgatory King will start out exactly as you expected, but they'll always mess up your order. Every time you eat, you'll eat well. But you will overeat and get that miserable "I ate too much" feeling. You'll get to nap in one of the most comfortable contraptions you can think of, only to be woken up every single time right before you fall into that amazing blissful sleep. People can still enjoy video games, but they have to be played with a broken third-party controller in 15 FPS. People can still enjoy a variety of clothing and fashion, but everything is made of burlap and only comes in one color. People can still enjoy TV, but there is a 5-minute commercial break for every 5 minutes of show. It's always the same commercial. People can still enjoy the internet, but can only use Internet Explorer and at early 90s dial-up speed. People can still read books, but all of them are printed in Comic Sans using blue ink. Pizza is always too hot. Pizza is too hot. Let it cool for a few minutes. Pizza is now frozen. Great cafe bar with amazing drinks, terrific atmosphere, and you can always get a table, but there is always horrible, loud live music. Welcome to Kansas City. Everyone will have a comfortable middle-class life, house, car, etc., but every time they need to do something they will be inconvenienced. Examples: need to catch a train? You'll see it leave the platform as you're getting an error message for your ticket at the barriers. Once you're on the next train, you won't get a seat and the person next to you will have no concept of personal hygiene. Want a new outfit? They won't have your size. If they do have your size, it will have something small but noticeably wrong with it, that is different sized sleeves. Every video you want to stream will take longer buffering than it takes to play. Not all in one go either, every 5 to 10 minutes. Finished an assignment at work or school? Computer crashes. It only auto-saved a third of the way though. You will be interrupted as soon as you get to an exciting part in a book. Only one earbud works. Your boss always catches you on Reddit no matter how sneaky you are. There are more, but I don't want to risk the last one coming true. Everyone lives in a great world, all pretty and everything, but no one can show their emotions. Not through facial expressions, no attitudes, no body language, nothing. Someone tells a joke, nobody laughs. They all just say that was funny in a monotone voice, so you've got no clue whether they're being honest or trying to be polite. Concerts are dead quiet, no claps or woos. Singers out singing his ass off on stage and no one's doing anything. If a person says "I love you," you don't know if they really do. You have to be 100% confident in yourself and others 100% of the time, because you can't tell what anyone's feeling. You have a great house, right next to awful neighbors. Your movie theater is free, but only shows movies you remember fondly from your childhood that are much worse than you remember, or knockoffs of films you enjoy. Every restaurant you go to has sticky menus and the food is always not quite exactly like what you wanted, maybe a little lukewarm, or they added an ingredient that wasn't on the menu. There is always enough traffic to make you think about going a different way, but never enough to actually do it. The other line always moves faster. Every time you have popcorn it is sort of stale, so it loses its crunch and is just kind of a semi-firm experience where it feels more like you are crushing the popcorn instead of eating it. Your house always stays clean, but in the middle of the night the lights never turn on, and the gremlins who clean your house rearrange everything while you sleep, from your underwear to the floor plan of the house. You might wake up to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night and accidentally walk into the kitchen. while a bunch of glowing beady eyes patiently wait for you to finish your business so they can finish theirs, or you might go to bed in your bedroom and wake up in your garage. Whatever the case is, the house is always spotless clean, everything is organized in some manner, and your fridge is always full, and on Thursday nights, a gremlin named Steve says goodnight, kiddo. Thanks for watching and please subscribe for more videos.